Here's my newly acquired Orks from 3 or 4 eBay purchases. There's sort of a wide variety. These are the knobs, and these are all the boys, shooter boys in the back. I'm going to have about twice as many shooter boys as slugger boys, so these guys are going to be converted. But the paint jobs are okay. They're a good starting point on some of them, and I can't get it there. It's focused. But it's a good starting point on a lot of them. And some of them are really cool, like this Pain Boys. It's pretty awesome. I'll have to post a pic of him. But there's some that are not so awesome, like some paint jobs that were sort of started and forgotten. Random parts that were just spray painted, like Chaos Black instead of primer. And some of my old stuff that I just want to redo, like Sergeant T there. And some random Space Marine stuff that looks kind of weird, and I'm mostly just stripping the ones that the paint is really thick on. There's a couple Orks in here where the paint is really thick on their teeth and the face. Any place that's really noticeable, I just want to strip it and start over. So this whole bin is just a Tupperware bin, and fill it up with superclean. So this is superclean. It's available at Ace Hardware. Even Walmart carries it, and apparently it solubilizes grease on contact. So it comes with a few new words too. My bin of crap, and basically there's only one step. You just fill it up. Feels kind of weird dumping a bunch of liquid stuff into these way too expensive models, but I'm just gonna fill it mostly up. I don't want to waste. Screw it, I'll just fill it all the way up. Most of the way up, I'll say. There you go. This has to sit for about a day, like a full 24 hours, not just next morning. Once in a while I'm going to poke at it and shake it and make sure all the models are getting shifted around so that the painted spots don't stay rubbed up against each other. You definitely want to put a lid on this because this stuff is pretty noxious. I don't think it'll expand or explode or whatever, but it will evaporate. I left a cup of this stuff out with a little Tyranid Warrior I forgot about in it, and it evaporated and left this big goo of superclean on the sides. But it washed right off, so don't worry about that. But you do want to put a lid on it, even if just to keep the soapy smell down. It's actually a pretty good smell, but it's probably not something you should be breathing. See you in a day. Alright, it's a couple days later. It would have been the next day, but I kept forgetting about it. You don't really need to wait more than one day, as long as you wait a good 24 hours. You can see this sort of clear purple stuff is turned into a soup. It's pretty gross. The models still look like they're painted. Like this is one that was just like sprayed with just regular black spray paint or Chaos Black or something like that. So what you do is you take, first of all, you get a glove, otherwise it will eat your hands. Then you just take a good old toothbrush. This one happens to be electric. And you give it a good scrubbing. You dip it in the stuff a little bit. And you can see it kind of makes a sort of froth of the paint as it rubs onto it. And just rinse it off. You can see all that black just kind of came off. It's just pure plastic now. None of the detail's gone. So you just do that one at a time, and you get, you know, some cleanish models. Like this guy, you can see all the paint has come off. You can only see like a little bit of the paint left, but I'm not too worried about just a few scraps. Just going to prime over these guys and do them over. There are a few that the paint was so thick that I'm just going to rub them off and set them aside and dump them back in here after I get all these guys taken care of. I would recommend putting a sponge or something in the bottom of the sink. That way you won't lose like random heads and bits if it comes off your model while you're scrubbing on it, because that would suck to have to root around in the drain or the garbage disposal, which I've already had to do. And that's how you clean, or that's how you de-paint a model. No detail wasted, no plastic melted. Works on metal too, but obviously you could just use paint stripper on there. Get them a lot faster.